The palace always looks completely different from the Mac as the president arrives.
Hello, good about SC viewers. If you are new to the channel, kindly like, share, subscribe, and please do not forget to hit the notification bell. Mr. Chinedu Michael, let us examine this tweet from Donald Trump, which is right there on the screen, where he's citing a report of CNN. And according to the report, that CNN minted a news from a fake Nigerian news site. And as we have it, these have exposed Nigerian media, talking about their reportage. And do not forget that we have had so many instances in the past where Biafra agitators will blame Nigerian media for not reporting the correct position. Just supposing this with what happens in Nigeria media space and now global stage. Let me get a tick.
Yes, like somebody was just saying very clearly that it looks like it has also attracted the Nigerian factor division to the global stage. Because when you talk about Nigeria currently now, and with what is happening all over the world, around the world now, especially the issue of the Middle East, for Trump to have brought Nigeria again into a global statement where the whole world is focusing on whatever he does or says. He now brought Nigerian factor in, whether it is from the angle of the media or not. The question is that Nigeria was actually brought in not for good but for bad. Understand that very clearly. The bringing in of Nigeria in Trump's recent statement about what is happening in the Middle East, was not of a good note. It was also a bad note about Nigeria. Let me give you an instance. A lot of people are saying that it is because of the congressman Lamore has actually shifted position from what he used to be before, that if care is not taken, if the government did not do the needful, and the media are trying to cover some of these things, so that it will not attract further American attention at the end of the day, and look at Alex Babi, who the media also claimed that he was deported. Alex Babi was not deported, So these are some of the things that Nigerian media have this tradition and culture of being enveloped by their paymaster, not to report the real thing that is going on in Nigeria. Thank God, that the US government now knows that what is happening in Nigeria is not properly, reported.
What does it even have to do with the image? What does it mean for the image of Nigeria?
That's what I'm saying now. He continued to bastardize the Nigerian position within the global community, where the people will start seeing Nigeria and people will not start focusing on what is going on in Nigeria. So it's another way to tell the actual world, I have never forgotten my decision on Nigeria. And the people are saying that immediately they are done with Tehran, the next place to focus is Nigeria, Cuba, and the rest of them, like we rightly mentioned. But let me dive a little bit deep into what this actually means. It means that Nigeria is not going to survive and a strong position when he starts unveiling what he has in store for Nigeria, because Mike Arnold actually put it very clearly, that it's a clear signal to Asuro that the time is up for Nigeria. Then let us look at the activities of Fulani activities and the government position, and why the media is covering up a whole lot. Even for Babi, Alex Babi, who exposed a lot of things, and who always said it very clearly that it looks like Nigerian media has continued to compromise. Nigerian media contributed to the peaceful movement of the IPOB in Nigeria negatively. Nigerian media also contributed by not questioning the rationale behind Nnamdi Kanu. So whatever the Nigeria is putting there to cover up within the international community is now being seen as fake.
Now, if you juxtapose this with what is always coming from IPOB, Biafra agitators, that Nigerian media is not fair to them in their reportage. Does it mean they are right now?
You can see it very clearly. IPOB is an intelligent unit. They are knowledgeable. They understand Nigeria. They know the kind of manipulation that goes on in Nigeria on daily basis. And look at what the political parties are already suffering in the hands of INEC. And the Nigerian media has failed to report the whole thing. That is why that IPOB have always said it, that Nigerian media has been compromised. They can never report the real truth of what is actually going on. They would have questioned a lot of things that would have changed a certain narrative, both in leadership, both in government, both in planning, both in execution, and both in advancing the Nigerian quest. But the media, 100% owned by the government, has decided to play along. You can see at every point in time, you see these government officials are begging Nigerian media to not to expose, not to do this professional. No, it doesn't work like that. Now they have led CNN astray, according to maybe I don't know how Donato was able to because I believe that CNN is bigger than any Nigerian media. But because of
how come they rely on a Nigerian fake news site?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how they manage, because see, Nigeria can do anything. Nigeria can cover up anything. Nigeria can spend billions of crude oil money just to create a certain impression, just to so that the world would not actually know what is happening in Nigeria. If not President Nnamdi Kanu, would the world be talking about insecurity? Got to know about insecurity in Nigeria? Will the Hausas rise up? Will the Yorubas pretentiously say they are fighting for the Dua?
But this has nothing to do with Nigeria as an entity. This is just a news site, perhaps owned by an individual.
That is what I'm telling you. That if not, that's what I'm telling you now. They reported a fake news. They reported something that is not real. They didn't report exactly what transpired. So. And Trump has made it very clearly in the global stage now that
you are saying it's a Nigerian fact.
Investigation should be carried out. But more investigation should be carried out, and that is what the Nigerian government is trying to avoid.
It has nothing to do with Nigeria as a country. It's a new fake news site has been reported from Nigeria.
That's what I'm saying now. For somebody at that level, the most powerful man in the world to have mentioned. What are you talking about? They have mentioned Nigeria. Nigeria is not a country. Nigeria is a country. So for the most powerful man to have mentioned Nigeria, that word Nigeria should be the focus. And the mentioning of Nigeria, was it for good? It was not for good.
That's why I'm looking at it from the angle of Nigeria as a legal entity, as a sovereign nation, and maybe the corporate body or individual that owns this fake news site are being reported.
Which media can be credible according to them, apart from the ones that are being owned by the government? Which media is IPOB pointing fingers at? Are they not being owned by the Nigerian government? They are being owned by the Nigerian government. So why we pretend over the truth? And most of the things they are projecting to the global community, to the world, it's not the real thing that is happening. So you can see very clearly that the government has a direct hand and controls the media to their own benefits. And that was why the whole thing, see, outside internet, imagine what Nigeria would have become. If there's no internet in Nigeria, if there's no social media in Nigeria, imagine what Nigeria would have gone to. And nobody will know. This is how the same media that projected the Nigerian Civil War in a negative manner to favor the Fulani people, to favor Gowon and the rest of them, to favor the British government. Nigerian media that cannot interpret what Aburi is. So Nigeria has been a victim of the media industry for so long. And now that brought us to the position of, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. When Mazin Nnamdi Kanu started talking about, what was going on in Nigeria. He was the one that brought everything up. But look at it now. Was Mazin Nnamdi Kanu right or wrong?
The one you accuse the Nigerian media with respect to Aburi Accord, I think it's well understood that someone like Gowon is one who came back and denied everything that transpired. I don't think that blame should be on Nigerian media rather than.
Of course, it is, bro. When you are coming to address the media and tell the media should be asked questions. You understand? Because they are the fourth estate member, fourth limb of the estate, fourth limb of the estate. That's the media. That's after executive, judiciary, legislature, the next people in the arms of government is members of the fourth estate ring, and that is the media. You should understand what media is. Media, the Nigerian media as at that time would have insisted across the global world that Gowon has now refused to honor the Aburi Accord. And insisted. But unfortunately, they never did it. Because the media was being controlled by a certain interest loyal to the Fulani. And that's why they are saying today that the Hausa and the Yoruba have been ruling this country for over 60 years now. And that's the bitter truth. Whether you like it or not, that's the truth. And they are saying that the Fulani North, the Hausa Fulani North, are more comfortable with the Yorubas than the Igbos. That's the narrative. I can tell you the person that tweeted that. And it's ongoing. So what I don't tell you, that the American government have continued to unravel a lot of things concerning what is actually going on in Nigeria. How many times have you seen the Nigerian media report about the military invasion in the southeast? But the Nigerian military are right there in the southeast now operating. Have you seen it being reported in the Nigerian media? What are they doing there? Is there any crisis in the east? There is no crisis in the east. Where there is crisis, they cannot go there. Rather, they hate terrorism. So what are you talking about? So Donald Trump has just smuggled Nigeria into that statement or into that tweet to alert the world that he is going to take a very unfortunate and drastic decision against Nigeria any moment from now. And that will lead to total breakup. And remember, the congressman has also warned that if the Nigerian government continue to cover these atrocities, Randy Moore will withdraw their support from the Nigerian government, and Trump will be allowed solely to do the needful. A lot of people do not understand the implications of what Donald Trump has just said about Nigeria. They are trying to cover up or push a false narrative to stop Nigeria breakup and to stop Biafra. That has been cancelled and rejected by the US government under Donald Trump.
I must say, thank you for your time. Thank you very much. This is a good presentation.